Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. In the last class, we talked about like servlet, right? So how the request will go, how the response will come, how to send the response data to client. Okay. So we created one addition servlet. So inside addition servlet, we implemented destroy method, get servlet config method, get servlet info method, init method, and service method. So every method, it will call by server only. If you see this init method, when this init method will call, who 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 call this method? So init method will be called by this method will call by you don't know who will call this method when this method will be called. Hmm?
Server, sir. When
So guys, you don't know anything about these two methods. When these methods will call, who will call this method?
server,
Okay, server. What do you mean that server? What does?
Apache Tomcat.
Hmm. Okay. So did you try to implement this kind of simple servlet and deploy and tested it from your side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So server will call this method when it will call. How many times it will call?
one time, sir.
One
One
time,
time,
sir.
sir.
That too one time. So if it is a very first time, once you deploy the application, if it is a very first time, if you are trying to access this servlet, so that only once it will call. So the second time onwards, so the next frequent, I mean, next time onwards, so the subsequent request, so it will call all the time the service method. The whenever it is service method is getting called by the server, the it passes the request object and response object. So before calling this, it creates the objects for these two classes, and it will call. So whatever data we send, we from the client, so the form, that data we can capture from the request object. All the data will be placed in the request object. So by using which method, guys, get parameter method. So this
Parameter.
parameter method will take the name of the field. So we already designed one form. So that form is called form.html. So whatever the for all the inputs, input tags means so whatever the input we will capture from the front end, like whatever the data we entered by the user. So that data will be sent to a client, will be sent to client. So sorry, will be sent to server. The server will capture the data. That data we can get it from programmatically in the service method from request object by using get parameter. So in the form we already mentioned that sorry, we already mentioned that uh, the names of that input fields, the names of the input fields here. So these names you can use while you capturing the data from the request object. So here in our example, we took the N1 and N2 and we captured. After that, this everything get parameter always written the integer only. So whatever data we send from the client, that all the data stored in the request object in the form of string only. If it is, if those are numbers, then you can convert into that in integers or numbers. Okay, if those are some point values, float values, you can convert into float. If those are string only, then you can make it as it is, use it as it is. So like this, so whatever the value it is, you have to use the get parameter method on the request object and by passing the name of the field. So based on that, you can capture the data and the service level. After that, you can use that and process something. And finally, you want to return that some data, some information to back to the browser. I mean, back to the client. So for that, so which object is you can use it, guys? A response object. The request object you can get all the data which we which will be sent by client software. Okay, I mean client, from client, whatever the client given the data, so all the data will be stored here and from we can get response is to send this object will be used, this object will be used to send back the response, I mean the data to a client. So there is a method called, which method, guys? Get writer method. So this get writer method, so if you see that get writer method, so this get writer method is going to help you. It will prepare the one writer object. So on writer object, you can call print method. To print method, you can give the data, whatever data it is, a string data, whatever data. So that data will come back to the, I mean, to the client. So that is the flow, right? The flow. So if you go and execute it, if you go and execute it, where is that? Get here. I'm starting the server. Server started. Server started. If you go browser once again, localhost, so 8080, the port number is, right? So what is the thing? And the CSTPL call form. So when I try to access this resource by using this path, after that I am entering my own numbers, whatever my input here. Okay, input here. So here, if you can see that you don't see anything here, and I'm clicking on add. So once add, so I'm getting the total sum of that. So we can see that 56, 58, which was sent from the client to those captured in the service level, and we got it. So if you go into networks, hmm, network means how the request went and came back. So you can easily see that. Again, I'm sending here. This is the request. This is the request we got. So look at this. uh, this is the URL add method. So whatever you entered in the form, those are appending to URL. Look at this. Those are appending to URL. Appending or not? Whatever you entered in the form, when you click on add button, that means when you are submitting those details are appending with the name N1 equal to 56 and N2 equal to 58. So those are appending with the and symbol separation, right? With the help of this and symbol. So it starts with a question mark. So till that is fine. So if you see that path, we already know that what is the path slash CSTPL slash add. But before CSTPL, you know that the IP address and port number by default it will be add. So that is along with that, this till that the path you know that. So to this again, what it is doing is it is appending all the values with these names. It is appending to the URL. So that is what the data is appending and going. So look at this query string parameter n equal to 6. This is what the data. Okay, this data is going to the server. Okay. Suppose that means in the form there is attribute called a method. So what is that? There is an attribute called the method. So this method attribute by default, what is the method type is get method. What is the method type is HTTP methods, guys. These are the methods. What is the method type is get method. So whenever you have the get method, whenever you are using the get method for form, so all the input values will be appended to URL, will be appended to URL. If you change that method type to post, if you change the method type to post, you can use capital or small, whatever it is, fine. Okay. If you change the method type to post and try to do that, so the same thing. So look at this, in the same server level I changed the source code. So if I change any code in the HTML, do I need to restart my server? Do I need to restart my server?
No, sir.
No, it's not required. So now let's see, guys. Again, I'm sending that. So only thing is I changed the method type to post, method type to, 1 second, guys. So method type to post. What we change? Only this is the same change. So remaining all are the same. Okay. Now let's go and see that. Okay. Again, I'm going back and refreshing on, and I got the form. Okay. So again, I'm giving my randomly some numbers, 40, 58, 45. So look at this. So this time, is it adding the values to the URL?
No, sir.
Is it appending the? No. This time the values are not getting appended to URL. But still the response is coming successfully, right? So look at this and go here. So this time the request went, when I click on add method, the request went with the same URL. And if you can see that form data, now it got changed. Earlier it was query parameter, form data. The data is appending to, the data is adding in the request body. The data is adding into a request body, not to the URL, not to the URL. Still, you can get that same data in the request. You know, whether you are using that get method or post method, whatever method it is, the way of sending the data will be the different. Once you come to the server will store all the data, whether it's a get method or post method, in the request object. So then the request object, from the request object we can get the, you can get the all the data by using get parameter method. So with the same name, and we can capture that. Okay. So what I will do is now this time once again. So instead of 58, I will pause like this. So do you think hello? I'm just pausing hello. So first one, number one value input, I gave the hello. A second one, I gave the number. Look at this. What we get, guys? We got some response.
Server error.
We got some response. Did you get any result? No, we did not get response. Result. We got one status. What is that status, guys? HTTP
Bit data
status.
server error.
What is the
500.
status code? 500. So that means 500 means, what is meaning of 500 error means, when we get the error means that the request successfully went to server. Server is called successfully service method. While executing the service method, while executing at server level, if something got, problem, some exception occurred, so then server will send back to the client with the status code 500. With the status code 500, if you see that 500 error. So 500 error means the problem at which side? Where the problem is at server level service, the code, server level code execution failed. Okay, it's not problem with the server. It's not about identifying the server and all. Okay, so what is the problem there? Server level, the executing.
Execution of code.
Yeah. So that is what the exception we got. So why it occurred? The exception, number format exception. Input string hello. Hello cannot be converted into number, right? Can we convert hello into number? So it's not possible, right? So this that is the reason we got exception. So for this, what we can do to avoid this issue? What you can do to avoid this issue? What you can do? So here might be it got exception here while executing this line. While executing this line, if you can see that additions are left 37 line number. So 37 line number, if you go here, 37 line number, right? So it got exception. Okay. So this is the problem. There are two ways you can avoid this. When you click on add button, you have to say, please enter only numbers. That means you don't send the request to the server. Before sending, you have to do some validation. You have to do some validation, correct? So validation means what? So whether you are sending correct data or not, you have to validate based on your requirement. Okay. So now let's go to here. So I want to do, what is my requirement now? If you are entering any other character apart from number, you have to say we have to allow only numbers. So if you want to allow only numbers, there are two ways you can do. You can do validation at front end level or back end level. Both level you can do. Okay. So to do that, what you have to do is, let me do the validation at back end level. Okay. So to do that, let me go here. So we got the data here. So whenever you are converting, so what is happening is the exception is occurred while executing this line, right? Am I right? While executing
Yes,
this
sir.
line, correct na? While executing this line, sorry. While executing this line, look at this. This is the line. Okay. So value of method is calling and parse into method is calling, and it is throwing exception called number format exception. Number format exception. So now, so what we will do is, let me add try block. Try, you know that try and catch block, right? Try and catch block. Try and catch block. So I added here try and catch block. Okay. So what within the I kept the code. The code exception occurring code in the try block. If some exception occur, the JVM will come to JVM will come to which block? JVM will come to. So suppose while executing this line, it got some exception. It's not able to execute. So we got a number format exception, right? So that moment, what JVM will do? What JVM will do? Let's say, guys, there is no this catch, try and catch. So it got exception. Whenever we get exception at some line of in a method or something, the JVM is not going to execute remaining steps. Okay, the remaining lines. Okay, piece of code. So it stopped execution, and whatever exception it occur, it will give to the service method. This service method, who is the caller of this code? Who is calling this code? Service method. And the caller is service method. Whatever exception it occurred, that exception give throws to the service method. And the service method, who is the caller of service method? Who is the caller of service method? The service
Server.
method caller is server, right? The server will give that error to the client. So that error we got at the client level. So we got the response. Okay, like with exception. Okay. So in the same way, if you add try and catch here, so the whenever exception occur, it will not give this exception to the service method. It will come to the catch block. It will come to the catch block. Now, for your understanding, system dot out dot println println. So here, what I'm simply displaying, display. Okay. So for this, so how to I need to compile this program, right? So I need to compile this program. So to compile this program, so go to the command line. So you know that set path equal to C program files, C program files, Java JDK bin. Okay, so now Java C additional servlet dot Java. So it's compilation issue. So what are the errors, guys? It is not able to find Java X dot servlet. What is the solution now? Set
Servlet API dot jar.
class path equal to servlet API dot jar. So we set it. And now let's see compilation once again. So again, we got an error. What is that error, guys? Cannot find symbol
Find symbol.
V1. Yeah, look at the code level. So we declared the variable within the block. Correct, na? We declared a variable within the block. So this is a local variable or not? Is it local variable or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if it is a local variable, what is the scope of this variable, guys? What is the scope of within this block only? That
Within the
means
block.
we can access and it is visible to only within the block. So, but still we are trying to use that in outside block. It's not a scope, right? So what we will do is we kept all this code within the try. So at any line exception occurred, let's throw the exception. Okay. So now, so it any line exception occurred, let's throw this exception. Okay. So then we are not sending the data. So now let me compile once again. You got the problem, right? So as it is a local variable, we are trying to use outside of the block. It is not possible. Okay. So what is that? So 1 second. Yeah. So compiling once again, it compiled successfully now this time. So let's go and see that. Let's copy this file and go to the downloads and Apache and let's go to the web apps, CSTPL, WebNF, and classes, and delete the existing one and pasting the new one. When you deploy a new, when you change the classes and all, so every time you have to, what you have to do when you change everything, like classes or web.xml anything, so you have to restart the server. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, you have to restart the server. Okay, so I restarted the server successfully. Now let's go and see that. Do the same thing. I'm entering hello and 45. Okay, and clicking on add. So we are not getting any error. Are we getting any error here? We are not getting. But even we are not getting any response. Are we getting any response?
No, sir.
Empty. And look at that. Uh, so server level, we are getting this exception. Number format exception. What's happening is, while executing any one of this line, what will happen? Exception occurred. That exception is catching by the class block. So that's what we are doing here. So what we can do is here, you can write a response.getWriter method. So like this, you can write it like this. Please give valid numbers. So please give valid numbers. So when you are giving this message, guys, you are sending this message to, by using the response get writer print method. So you are to the client, whenever exception occur, or these two lines or something. Okay, now again I change the code, right? Again, let's compile this program once again. I compiled successfully, and let's go here. And so I'm copying the file, the compiled file, and going back to the project web apps folder. So go to the web apps folder, CSTPL project and classes folder, delete the existing one, copy the new one, and coming back to the bin folder, and you have to restart. Control C. If you click on Control C, the server, this console will go, guys. If you click on Control C, it will go. And so here the starting the server once again, it means the restarting the server we are doing. And so again you go back to that, refresh, and giving the hello value and 25. So now this time I am clicking on add button. What is the message you are getting? Are you getting?
Please give valid numbers.
Yeah, please give valid
Valid
please
numbers.
valid numbers. Okay, so then but again, if you got the message like this, and so once you got the message, again you want to go back to the form. Where you have to go back to the form means what? That call form is there, this form, he has to go back to the form. So for that, so let's try to give some link here to give that link. So here, okay, here, so what you can do is, again you can give like this. Okay, so like this, guys. There is anchor tag. This is called anchor tag. So attribute is href double quote and anchor tag close. Okay, anchor tag close. So this is the HTML tag, guys. I'm just giving as a response to the here anchor tag. Here anchor tag. So what I will do is CSTPL slash. So this anchor tag CSTPL slash. What is that? Not add. So because with the form resource, you want to access form resource, not a servlet, right? To access form resource, what is the form path? So this is the right call form.html. So this resource you want to access. So here add it. So like this. Okay. So when you add it like this, look at this href. So to href, you can use single quote or double quote. Both are same in HTML level. Okay, href we given this, and here we are going to say so we can say that click here, just I'm giving, we can give any name there. So click here, I just changed it. Now let's go. And because I changed the code in the servlet level, guys, not in a HTML level, again you have to compile this program. So as it is, you have to go and copy that file and download, as you know already. So you have to place that in a classes folder, removing that and pasting here, and stop the server, and go back to that, and start the server once again. This server got started successfully. Now now let's go and access it once again. The first time we are accessing localhost 8080 CSTPL call form, we access the resource called call form. So now, hello, I'm giving 45 and clicking on add. So okay, yeah, I know the reason, because why inspecting this code, what is happening is, okay, yeah, so I know that reason. So we are the whatever the message we enter, it is coming as it is, because it is not rendering. This is the HTML code, right? It is not rendering, into that, because it is treating this as a normal string. For that, what you have to do is, so you can do one thing. Let me go to the Eclipse. So what I am trying to do is, I am incorporating the HTML code in the server level, I mean servlet level. So that moment, the problem here is the response is coming successfully. If we can go and see the response again, the response is coming, and clicking on that, response is coming. Okay, uh, here is the response is coming. The response we are getting like this. Because of this, we are those are not getting executed. Okay, so not rendering. Okay, let me do the same code here. I'm just cutting, and this Eclipse I'm using for making the code. That's it, guys. You don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. So this get writer method. So I'm first, let me call this get writer method. So get writer method I'm calling on the response object, and assigning to, that is a print writer method. So this writer variable, object variable I'm using, and calling the method called print method, and I'm saying that please give valid numbers. Okay, please give valid numbers. So here what I do is, let me design one total HTML part. Okay, so how to design is, this will be the same HTML tag start and HTML tag end. So this is the tag end. Okay, or else you can design here notepad and you can paste there HTML. So how to design, guys? HTML start or HTML. The response also I'm making the HTML, right? That's the thing, not instead of simple text. Okay, and body header tag start, header tag end. Okay, and body tag starts and body tag end. Okay, so inside body tag, what I'm giving is here. So within H1 tag, I'm saying please give valid numbers. I'm just saying please give valid number, and then immediately I'm saying anchor tag href equal to double quote. Okay, and this anchor tag I'm closing here like this. This is anchor tag will display with hyperlink option, guys. You can see that render after rendering. You can see that. Okay, I'm saying here, click here, or else I will say try again. We can use our own message, whatever the message. Okay, try again. Okay, so here the path I'm going to give is cstpl slash, sorry, cstpl slash call form. So that form again I have to call, right? Call form I have to call. Okay, so this is what the thing. Okay, let's render this. Let's render this code. Let's render this. Let me save this code. So at service server folder or something like this, and the full here test.html. All you can say response.html, whatever you like it. So you can name it as whatever. Let's go here. The request response here. Okay. Um, go here. Test. Mm, okay. So you can see the response, right? You are getting like this if you render it. This is the hyperlink. When you click on that, it's going to the form like this. Okay. So this is a testing simply. Okay. So this is the code I would like to keep. I want to keep here. So let me go here and copy this entire HTML code and go back to here. So here, so I want to give this to the print method. I just pasted it. Eclipse is arranged everything. Okay. So only thing is that HTML part, whatever you want to render, I mean that part you have to give to the HTML. Sorry, the print method. I just gave that. Now I'm going back to the addition servlet, and pasting here. So to the response and saving. Once again, let's go here and compiling the servlet and take the file as usual, and you have to go to that Apache web apps folder, cstpl webnf classes folder, remove the existing one, paste the new one, and okay, so go to the server and stop that running service and restart the server once again. That's the thing. Restarted successfully, and let's go and export it once again. This is the first time I'm calling this and entering this hello and 25. Okay, clicking on that. So are you getting the response now? Are you getting the response or not? We are getting the response.
Sir.
And so it is saying the please give valid numbers and try again. So when I click on try again, look at this, guys. We are getting one error. What is this error? What is this? What is that error? 404. So 404, 404 means what? Not found. So when you get 404 means whatever the path you gave, with this path, it is not able to find the resource. Whatever resource you are trying to access, it is saying that so some wrong, maybe spelling wrong or something. Let me check it once again. Let me go to the so the CAL, but I used here double L. So then I changed the code. Yeah, that is a path wrong. So with that path, it is not able to found. That is the reason it is getting 404. I cannot. Server is returning 404. 200. When we get the 200, when you get a success response. When we get a 500 error, when you something problem at service level, server level, some exception occurred, then we get the 500 error. If when you get 404, we are not able to find resource itself. That moment we get the 404 error. These are all the HTTP codes. Okay. Now I change the code. What I have to do, I change the code now. So what I have to do, it's a code, right? So again I have to compile. So So you can see that whenever we change any simple code also, you have to copy, compile and copying that. This has to be done every time. This has to be done every time. So go to the server, bin folder, web apps folder, and CSTPL, WebNF classes, delete the existing one and paste the new one. And as usual, go to that server and stop the server, stop the server, and restart the server. Click on that. The server restarted successfully. Look at this. Okay. So now what I will do is I'm entering this hello and 45 add. So as I gave the string not a valid number, so I am saying please give valid number. Clicking on that again, we are getting form. So this time I am give 25. We are getting success response. Are you getting now that validation error? We are not getting error. So this is how we can do the validation at uh, server level also. Server level also. So finally, what you have to understand is you can get the from the data from the request object from the client, whatever you send, they send back to the client by using the response dot get writer or method dot print. Okay, so this to print method, whatever data you give, so that data will go back to the client and it renders. If you give HTML, it renders that. If you give some other thing, it renders that. Renders like that. Okay, so that is how the request and response will go back to the rest. Okay, guys. So far, any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So now you guys tell me. So this service method, whatever logic you wrote, suppose my requirement is I want to get the data from database. When we talked about JDBC, so we have seen many examples, right? Getting data, inserting the data, updating data, delete data. So to get the data, so what I will do is in the form I will give country name. I will give country name. So I want to see all cities of that country. Are you getting me? Let's say I will give here India
Yes, sir.
and click on submit. When I click on submit,
Yes.
I need to see the data,
All-
all the cities data, where the actual data is available in the database,
Database.
right? So what I have to do, the moment when I click here, submit, after giving in India country, so that the request has to go to the server. Server has to talk to the database. Once you capture the data has to send back to the client browser. So then finally I have to see all the city names in this browser. So that is my requirement. Okay. So how to do this? How to do this? So till you can send this request, whatever country name you can send to the service. Once you capture this country name, then you have to talk to the database by using select star from world table, city table in the database world, a city where country equal to you
India.
passed already value, right? That value,
Yes, sir.
India.
Yes, sir.
So then it will get. So this is high level, the architecture. But implementation wise, what are the things you have to implement? First, you have to implement the form. Which form you have to implement?
Wow.
HTML form. Yeah, the form is country input form, right? Country selection, country input form. Okay. The next thing is servlet. And third one is get the input. And fourth one is write JDBC program. JDBC program to get all cities. Get all cities. And fifth one is by taking this input, prepare the response, prepare the response, and the whatever the response you prepared, so you have to prepare uh, and append to the HTML format, so that that data will come to the browser will execute, and write the response data, to response object, right? Let response object. So this is what, how to, you have to country input form, so you have to design that. So and then you have to give all the linking and all. So these are the things you have to do, guys. You know JDBC already, you know how to write a servlet, you know already how to design and how to send a path request and prepare it all. So can you try from this, from your side, this example and show me in tomorrow?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubt on this requirement? You know how to design this form, input form, country form. So only I need one form, one field. So that field is like this, guys. The field is, you have to drop down field it is, okay, or else you can take in input field only. So you will type country name, only one input. After that, submit button. Only input field is one and submit button. Okay, you have to design it. So once you designed it, so what you have to do? You have to implement a servlet to capture this. So in the servlet service method, what you have to do? Capture the input, whatever entered by the form from the request object by using request dot get parameter method. So that will return. So once you capture the input, you have to write a JDBC program, database program, because by default we have in a MySQL database, old database is there, right? Inside the database we have. So you have to write how to get a connection, you know, guys. Getting connection, create the statement or prepare statement object and execute the query. Once you execute the query, you will get the result set object. Once you get the result set object, you have to retrieve all the data. That data you have to set to the HTML form. Okay, some design. That design, that HTML response preparation data, you write to a response object by using get writer method, print method. So that is the thing. So then compile it, and deploy it and run it. So then you see the response, whether the flow is executing or not. Okay, that means what you are doing, you are writing a JDBC program inside
Service method.
service
Service
method,
method.
servlet. So that is nothing but a integrating service and integrating servlets and JDBC. Okay, so that means we are using in this web application HTML, JDBC, servlet. So if you look at the code level, all are core Java. Correct, na? Look at this, every line, method, parameter. So calling a method, holding the value, calling method. So same way, we understood the basic stuff, right? Same thing. But architecture level, input, output, going, and deployment, other stuffs you have to understand only once. But rest of the time you have to write your own logic all the time based on the requirement. So now try to implement that. Everybody knows that my database installation, once you how to there are different databases predefined. By default you will get some databases like a old database, something like that. So from that you can use that capture to get the data by using JDBC program. So my requirement is, I will give in the input form country name, and that request has to go to the server, and the server has to capture all the cities belongs to that country. Then the response has to be prepared and it has to be sent back to the client. Client has to render all the cities names in the browser. So this thing has to be happened at background, and finally you have to see the response data. So can you do it, and can you show me tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So if you have any doubt, just ask me now itself, so that I will clarify, so that it won't give any problem while implementing. So please clarify those if you have anything. Hmm? Do you
No
have
doubts.
anything? Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.